We have what is called the KNearest Neighbor algorithm. What this algorithm does, it tells us what is going to happen in terms of numbers. So what we have here, for example, we have, pull the microphone. Okay. We have customers in our, let's say our coffee shop, our coffee pie coffee shop. Well, we have 10 customers, and we have noticed, and we have taken their data. We have data already, and we have taken their data, and we see that our first customer has a balance in their account or whatever, in their membership card, or how much they spend. It doesn't matter what this is. We're just trying to predict the number down here. First one is 36, very small, and the next one is 936, and this is the balance in all of their accounts, each one. And this is their age. Now, what we are trying to do now, our next customer, we want to find is 28 years old, and we want to find out what his balance is based on the 5 closest, what we call neighbors. So you'll find out what this is about in a minute here. It's like we have groups of 5. Which group does he belong to is what we're trying to find out. So what we have to do is we want to calculate the distance from the new customer to the first customer, the new customer to the second customer, this will third, fourth, fifth, on down to the 10th. That's what we want to do. We have to use our formulas to do this. So we went over here and I put in a new, I just copied everything over here. For one thing, copied everything. Let's just go ahead and take this out and go ahead and copy everything over here. So go ahead, copy, and we'll paste it in there. Now we want to know 28 to 38, 28 to 26. So we need a formula to do that. And our formula is equals ABS, absolute value. Now sometimes we'll use a different formula, but this time we're going to use the absolute value because we only want positive numbers. So let's put our, what is this, G12. And what we want to do, G12. And in our G12, we want to put a dollar sign right there. We want to put a dollar sign there because we want to keep G12 in every record. We want G12 minus G4, G12 minus G5, etc. Just believe me and do this. All right, now minus the first one. Okay, and we do that. Close it up, and then press enter, and we have our formula. Now go ahead, and what you will do is just, for everyone, just drag this down, and then we have our distance. Now, we just want the values. We don't want the formula anymore. So what we have to do is we have to copy, Control C, copy, and then paste. Paste the values. All right. Hit the escape, get rid of that annoying thing. And now you see up here we have no more formulas. We just have the values. And this is what we want. We want the values. Now we have to hide now to find out our nearest neighbors for our new person and what they're going to have in their balance or how much they're going to spend or whatever it is we're trying to find. We're predicting what they're going to have here, and we have dollar signs here. So we have to highlight everything, right? We have to highlight everything, and then we find our data, and then we find our sort right here. There we go. We're sorting. Okay. And this will come up, and you select sort by distance to neighbors. Pretty convenient. All right. And then we click OK. OK. So here we go. We have sorted to our neighbors. So, but what is going to be down here? Well, remember, we say we want our 5 nearest neighbors. So we start up here, and our first nearest neighbor is 6, a 40-year-old. So we live near a 40-year-old. Call it a neighbor, huh? And then we have a number 2, which is a 38-year-old, and number 10 is a 58-year-old person, and 7 is 31-year-old, and eight is number 8 is a 35-year-old. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to find the 5 closest to us, to the 28. So what we do is we find the average. Okay, let's do it here. Equals AVG. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's F2 to F6. And that's our average. So our 28-year-old is going to have a balance of, ta-da, 1,306. 1,300. The problem was $1,306 in his account. Okay, so 1,306. Okay, thank you. And that's our KNearest Neighbor. It's based on our 5 closest neighbors. And it doesn't just have to be average balance or customers. It can be any kind of variable you want to predict what's going to happen. And then the next time, and you keep adding, you do the same thing for the next observation, and then you have so this one's right, number 11, observation number 11, I guess, right? 11. So number 11, and then we don't know what this was over here. Distance to, we know what the distance was from here to here. The distance from absolute value. So we know the distance from 28 to 29 is going to be 1. So you do the whole process over again. And we have, we'll have to do all that over again. And put in your formula, which will be ABS G12. Again, let's see, ABS. All right, 12, and the age is here. So anyway, we have that, and if you want a new observation, do the same thing over again. And for example, maybe our new customer's age is 36, 6. And then do the same process again, and we find out what our next customer's balance is going to be. And you keep doing that and keep doing that. And the more customers and the more records you have, the more accurate your prediction is going to be. So this is useful for business if you're trying to find out what your next customer is going to spend or how much is in his account. You can possibly do things like target advertising on that person and see, oh, this person only has $1,306 to spend. So we're going to try to sell him a product around this price range, for example. So if you have someone whose balance is $36, you don't want to sell them a product that's going to cost $1,915 because they won't have the money and you will waste your money on advertising.